There's nowhere you can run, Lightning Bliss, except your fate! Even with your alicorn magic, you're nowhere near strong enough to handle a near-complete Elements of Harmony!
Don't worry, I got ye back!
Oh god, this is too rich. They sent the fucking pirate?
Now you be dealing with us!
Honey, please. You're going to need more than a skeleton crew in order to handle all of me.
Aye, that be true. But thankfully, I managed to bring somebody along the way.
Wait, what? Is that fucking Frieza?
BB Sub-Zero, you uncultured swine! He's the husband of Lightning Bliss!
A frost demon is fucking a horse? I don't know whether to be weirded out or turned on by that. Whatever, I took down Vegeta. What hopes do you think you have? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I did not think this episode through, but thankfully, it's not that important of an episode. This is Trivia Pursuit. The episode begins with Spike trying to find Twilight in order to convince her to go to bed. But Twilight is just too excited because a trivia game is happening tomorrow, and she won the last 2 years in a row, and she's going for a third, being the first pony ever to win all 3 games in a row. That seems very unlikely, but let's just say that's the case in this story to continue it. So the next day rolls around and Twilight and Spike are on their way to the trivia, where Twilight informs that she knows pretty much everything about trivia, down to the very last ruling detail, even having a list of all the potential opponents / teammates she might have. She can't pick and choose. And when we get there, we see probably the only way I could describe it as a bunch of ponies being thrown into a hat and pulled out by the staff at random, where we see Rainbow, Applejack, Sunburst, Fluttershy, the Mod Couple, and, to Twilight's miscalculation, Pinkie Pie. Wait a minute, you mean Twilight miscalculated? Oh, I've always wanted to use this one! Take it away, Captain Cold!
There are only 4 rules you need to remember. Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
So yeah, Twilight twilighting hard over the fact that she not only didn't even factor Pinkie Pie into her amazing grand scheme, but she has no idea how it'll affect her chances of winning in the long run. And this causes her to freak out even more when the teams are finally selected. We got Sunburst paired with Cranky Doodle, AJ paired with Dr. Hooves, Rainbow Dash paired with female Cranky Doodle, Fluttershy paired with Snowflake, and the Mod Couple together. Which, of course, leaves Twilight with the Pinkie. And she is super excited because she not only gets to play her first ever trivia game, but she gets to play her first ever trivia game with her friend. And this only causes Twilight to freak out even more. This is either gonna end really good or really bad. Well, from this point onwards, I wish I could say something completely out of the ordinary or something completely unpredictable happens, but it plays out exactly how you'd expect it to. Pinkie doesn't really know how to play, so it costs Twilight points, but since the game only begun, it's all okay. They could always make up the points later. Applejack gets her apple facts wrong, which I do have to admit is a surprise, but that doesn't matter in the long run, because Twilight is twilighting hard. So she consults Spike during the break, realizing Pinkie Pie is not the best choice for a partner. So she has to change up her strategy. So she starts playing dirty, calling out every rule, every nitpick she can, in order to stop the other players from gaining points. And I do have to admit that some of the things she points out would be legally bannable, like Fluttershy getting help from the bunny to answer a question, but she gets a little bit too overboard, and even Granny Smith is calling out her bullshit. Then, Twilight decides that she's not going to even let Pinkie have a turn, answering all the questions by herself, and this clearly aggravates Pinkie. But it doesn't really matter to Twilight. She's focused on winning! Winning at all costs! I'm fairly certain holding the buzzer in your hoof is illegal, but you know what? Twilight is so focused on winning, she becomes a hypocrite. And I do mean this in the worst possible way. For Twilight actually gets Pinkie disqualified on purpose. And of course, this makes Pinkie sad. But she also realizes that without a partner, Twilight can't compete either. But that's okay, because the person she technically got booted out last game can instantly rejoin thanks to the rules. These are some very arbitrary rules. And so Pinkie is left sad because she can't play no more. And Twilight gets a good partner. Well, kind of. Sunburst at least has a legitimate reason for acting the way he does. Twilight is not herself. So the game continues. Twilight does her best, but Sunburst does the exact same thing Twilight was doing to Pinkie, taking all the questions for himself and not giving Twilight a turn. And then he does the unthinkable to Twilight. He tries to get her disqualified. But unlike Pinkie, Twilight calls him out for it. And he is very apologetic. But Twilight realizes she was being a hypocrite as well. And so she consults Pinkie, throwing the match and trying to apologize. Pinkie, well, I guess forgives her. And when did she have time to make that cake? Whatever. Twilight and Pinkie decide to rejoin because of these really arbitrary rules. Not to win the game, but just to have fun. And have fun they do. And it ends with... Wait, did somebody lock Derpy out of the game? Who the fuck locked Derpy out of the game? Wow, I think that might be my record for non-stop speaking in an episode. But whatever, that was Trivia Pursuit. I wish I could say I have strong feelings towards this episode, but I really don't. Neither positive nor negative. While I do admit some of the things Twilight did were pretty dickish, it's not completely out of character for her. Not like in the last episode with Rainbow Dash. And this episode relies very heavily on funny faces to pad out the timing, which is pretty hit or miss for me. Sometimes the faces work, other times they don't. I do like the mashup of all the ponies, even though it does feel like they literally just draw names out of a hat in order to get the pairings. But at least they had good character interactions, and good jokes. And, well, I guess for the most part, this episode, if I had to compare it to anything, is a car alarm. You hear it in Walmart, you look for maybe a second, but then you forget about it. That's this episode. It's memorable when you watch it, but then you can immediately forget about it afterwards. So, not bad, but not good either. It finds that middle ground. So with that being said, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, organizers of chaos as Vintage Kings, and we'll see you all next time.
No, Lightning Bliss, we have to go now!
Nice try, Sub-Zero, but I've defeated armies, I've defeated devils, I've defeated Saiyan gods! What chance did a lonely frost demon like you, whose power level doesn't even compare, have against me?
Damn it, we have to move!
Did I give you permission to run? Begone, thought! Oh, don't look so scared, Lightning Bliss. You should rejoice. Soon your power will help fuel an empire, and nothing can stop me. Wait a moment. Who's that?
Demanding the sacred right to burn in hell. Ride up